Aloha, Geek Toys. And that amazing Ben Landis music once again ushers in yet another Geek Toys. This is Geek Toys, where I bring you, yes, you, through the best and the worst of the geeky stuff that you need in your, or don't need, in your everyday geeky life. I am CJ Boat, your host. Thank you once again for joining me for episode number, I gotta stop saying that, 14. This is the Accell DisplayPort 1.1.2.2 DisplayPort multi-display MST hub. That's a mouthful. Let's go ahead and get right into the review for this, though. Those who know, I am a huge fan of... That's not what I wanted to do. Why did that not go like it was supposed to? That is indeed bizarre. Hold on. I decided it was a good idea to switch my, Hold on. I'm a fixing it. Sorry, folks. Because it wouldn't be one of my shows without something going wrong in it, right? Alright, there we go. There's what I'm looking for. The Accell DisplayPort 1.2.2 DisplayPort multi-display MST hub made for the Microsoft Surface. By the way, I want to point that out before we get started on here. This little demon here it's basically exactly what it sounds like. It takes your one DisplayPort port from your computer. For those who don't know, the Microsoft Surface Pro 3 has only a DisplayPort output in it. So it takes that and USB power and instantly gives you two DisplayPort adapters out of it. Now, you probably, I mean, I have the page up right now on the YouTube site on the video here, and probably the first thing you're jumping to is the $80 price tag on this. Now, I want to assuage your fears on this. That's nothing. I mean, we use at work. We commonly use like Sabrent brand stuff and things like that, which are more expensive than this, and they're not as small and compact as this is. This is meant primarily for mobile usage, and it is exactly that. It is small. It's compact. It works. You can either feed that USB power, because it is powered over USB, to any USB port. But if you're on a mobile device, you have that really quick there to pop in, and you can bring this to meetings. You can bring it to if you're trying to work from somebody else's office, as long as it is DisplayPort, and it does work with, say, VGA to DisplayPort adapters as well. I went ahead and tested it on that as well. It's plug and play. It's really easy to use, as you would expect it to be. Nobody's going to spend $80 on an adapter that is difficult to use. It's just how it is. Some people, well, not some people. Some people report on some DisplayPort adapters, not this one in particular, for some memory loss if you don't use the correct DisplayPort, or if you're using mini DisplayPort or using DisplayPort adapters. This does not seem to have that issue at all. I noticed no slowdown on the Surface that I was testing this out on at all. I was the same speeds, no extra usage or anything like that. Now, this is not the normal, as you can tell, this is not the normal Geek Toys segment where I talk about things that are fun to use. No, this is more focusing on the geek than the toys. This is something that if you have a mobile device that uses DisplayPort, and that's one of the more common current monitor setups is DisplayPort or mini DisplayPort. You're going to want this because nobody likes working on a single screen. They really don't. No, don't let anybody lie to you that they do. Because they're filthy, filthy liars. Let's just call it as it is. You want to have that. You want to have that 2 or even 3, because as you can tell right here, you can actually use screens with it. It does not shut off your primary monitor. It's really, really, really useful. If you're working in this kind of environment. And that kind of brings to the negative of it. It's extremely niche. If you're still using DVI or VGA for your monitor setup or even HDMI, unless you're wanting to use an adapter to go into this adapter, you're not going to be able to use this. It is very specifically for DisplayPort 1.2 cards, which is mostly mobile. That's going to be their primary use of this. Is your current Ultrabooks have DisplayPorts, your Surfaces, that kind of thing. If it's a PC based mobile device, it's probably going to have a DisplayPort over VGA or DVI because those are larger displays. It also does eat up your USB ports if you're using it from your Surface and only from your Surface without an additional hub or anything like that. So you're using your only 2 external ports on your Surface if you're using this. That being said, I fully did it to be able to get my Surface properly blown up to a good sized 2650 1600 resolution. It worked very well. I noticed no loss whatsoever on it. So for $80, if you're in a DisplayPort heavy environment, yes, absolutely get this. If you're not, then obviously it's not going to work for you, because even though it works, I do not recommend using adapter to adapter setups unless it is absolutely necessary. So that way you're not rocking around this Accell item as well as, your DVI to DisplayPort adapter. It seems it's kind of fruitless on that. I'm not going to lie. But this, and we've done niches before, and I've judged on the niche as opposed to the generalization, because on the generalization, not many people use DisplayPorts right now, so it would be very low. But for the niche, for the geek, for those who put themselves into the environment where you're using the thinner, either the Yogas and the Surfaces and that kind of thing, and DisplayPort is your primary output, $80 is a surefire, because you're only going to go up in price from there. Accell really nailed this price for this device for those who want to use it. So I'm going to give the Accell DisplayPort 1.2 to 2 DisplayPort multi-display MST hub a 7 out of 10. It's very solid for its use case. The price is a little higher for the standard Joe, but the standard Joe isn't going to use this anyway. Let's face it. But I do take off some points for being extremely niche, just as I have with some of the things before. I've made a history of allowing slight niches, but if you're locking out a certain entire demographic, then it doesn't make me very happy doing that. And this is exactly what it does. It is only a Windows based device. You're not going to get any use out of it for a Mac. There's currently, as far as I know, no Thunderbolt to DisplayPort adapters on the market. So you're going to deal with that only being a Windows machine, and typically only a smaller form PC machine as it is. But if you meet those, dude, there's no way to go wrong with this, honestly. All right, on that note, folks, I am going to go ahead and head out of here. If you want to contact me or the show, go ahead and feedback at geek-io.com. Put Geek Toys in the subject title, and I will make sure that it is read for the appropriate show. All right, folks, on that note, I am CJ, and this has been Geek Toys. See you next time.
You have been listening to a part of the Geek.io podcast network.
Loud noises!
Visit us at geek-io.com for all of our great shows.
The pressure is building slowly, inexorably inside me. Oh my.
Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's bad for you. Go figure out how it works.
Geek.io. Copyright 2014.
I want to get out of here. I want to leave this place right now.
Oh, yeah, folks. On that note, I am done recording for the night. Good night.